According to the LAPD, there are over 800 active gang members within 1 square mile of the Breezy Community Center. In order to help prevent the youth most at risk from joining gangs in our community, Breezy works with the mayor's office as the lead prevention provider for the Olympic GRYD, Gang Reduction Youth Development Zone. This is the story of Chelsy, one of over 100 GRYD youth Breezy works with annually to reduce risk factors associated with joining gangs.
There was a lot of gang violence. There'll be times that we wouldn't be able to come out of our apartment. I never met my dad. I grew up with my grandma until I was 7 years old. Well, in middle school, I used to ditch a lot. I was hanging out with the bad crowd that we would either sneak in drugs and we would sneak in liquor in there until I got to a point that I would do it every single day, 24/7, and I would talk back to my mom.
She came in with her grandma, and her grandma was the one who first was reaching out for resources because she was making some bad choices.
When I first came into Breezy, I was mad dogging everybody because the way that it was up to me was if I don't know you, I won't respect you at all.
We weren't here to judge her. We weren't here to tell her what to do.
When I first started GRYD, I didn't like it because Judy was asking me all these questions.
And she said, I really like music. And I asked her, do you dance? What do you do with the music? And she's like, well, I really like dance, but I've never been able to, get into a class. And I was like, let's do that.
Being in the class, it just made me think of the things that I did and how to de-stress myself and not think about anything, and I would just be in a different world. And one of the cool parts that I did was going back to my elementary and teach dance back, and it was I don't know, I just felt like it was a gift back.
We're gonna experiment with this. This is gonna be our first time, but our basic idea is for this person to come and help with the youth group activities, to connect with the youth.
Andy called me, he was like, oh, Chelsea, there's an open job for you, and I was like, oh, great, and then I applied and I got it.
Why don't we do a 3-month workshop? And it was the following day, she's like, Andy, I have this class and this title.
I don't know, I think I was having a conversation with one of the coworkers, and then I was just telling them, it'll be cool if I actually teach a self-esteem class.
And she divided up the class into history, self-healing through the arts, and also dance, expression of their emotions through dance. And she was able to make an impact on a lot of the girls.
My name is Ashley. So I'm going to be talking about the self-healing, self-love class.
And Chelsy really helped us explain and helped us understand that we are powerful and we shouldn't be let down. She always had a positive energy around us. We just really liked it. And the way she influenced us and taught us about how we should love ourselves no matter what,
It was in the middle of the day when the fire happened in the house, and of course, total disaster.
3 explosions that happened in a second.
And through FSC, we were able to provide assistance.
They were able to give us a lot of furnitures and then beds that even until now I'm gonna take it to college. I'm gonna go on childhood development, and I wanna become a teacher, elementary teacher, and I can't wait to be working with little kids.
Chelsy has been part of every program at Breezy, which is great. Which she first began with GRYD and BAM, and then FSC has always been part of it.
It all started with confidence, having confidence in myself. I think if you have confidence in yourself, I'm pretty sure you'll treat people with respect.
She got a place here and now she's in college. She basically changed her life, and that's why I really look up to her, because it's kind of hard to go from, not everyone wants to change, and for her to give up changing to be a better person, it really inspired me.
In all the difficult times, people had doubted her. People have put her down. They've told her that she cannot amount to anything.
She believed in herself, and we believed in her. And that was the most powerful thing about relationships.
It's almost like you found a crew here, Breezy is a gang.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Do you think that's kind of true?
Yeah. I mean, it's like my little crew, it's the crew that, that made me empower myself, a crew that made me show who I am and how to love myself, to teach others, to teach young kids how do we guide, how to guide them, and how do I guide myself too, especially now that I'm going to college.